The Marvel Cinematic Universe is filled with amazing characters, both superheroes and supervillains alike, that are powered or manage to fight without powers against the odds. Nevertheless, while there are a lot of incredibly overpowered characters in the MCU, there are also a lot of weaker characters who are lucky to have lasted for so long. Not including characters that aren't considered heroes or villains, the characters in the MCU who actually engage in heroic or villainous actions in battles, but are relatively weak, are varied across the last 15 years of cinematic efforts produced by Marvel Studios, from Iron Man to Secret Invasion. Hello again, friends, and welcome back to Game Rant. I'm Casey, and these are the 8 weakest characters in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. At number 8, we've got Nick Fury. Nick Fury is arguably one of the most all-powerful and all-knowing beings within the MCU. Or at least he was for a time. As Secret Invasion revealed, Nick Fury and his rise to power within S.H.I.E.L.D. stemmed from the relationship he fostered with the Skrulls, which boiled down to his first adventure with Carol Danvers in Captain Marvel. Besides all that, Fury has done some monstrous things. Without this happening, Fury would have probably never been a significant player on the world stage. Yeah, he informed the Avengers, but anytime he fights alongside them or against anybody, he's shown to be a regular human, lacking even the kind of martial arts talents that other secret agent characters within the larger context of the MCU have achieved. At number 7, we've got Mantis. Mantis joined the MCU in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, and has proven herself to be a fascinating and fun character. However, despite her capabilities to put people to sleep, and other hypnotic suggestions she can immediately implant in their brains proving useful, they aren't all powerful and have backfired more than once. Mantis has capabilities and has shown herself, particularly in Guardians Volume 3, to be a reasonable fighter, but she still comes off as one of the heroic Marvel characters with the least capability or overall usefulness in a fighting situation. Fortunately, she is a beloved character who really set herself apart in the newest Guardians entry and will hopefully be revisited in the future, including her celestial background after her relationship with Quill was revealed. At number 6, we've got Sam Wilson. It seems kinda strange to call out one of the new faces of the overall Marvel Cinematic Universe going forward as one of the weakest characters, but Sam Wilson unfortunately isn't as strong as any of his fellow major-level Avengers, despite him having become a major Disneyland-level icon. The Falcon and the Winter Soldier miniseries showcase how particularly weak Sam Wilson is, not being able to face off against super soldiers without extreme danger. Steve Rogers barely managed to stand toe-to-toe against major Avengers-level threats over the years with the super soldier serum. Without ever taking it himself, Sam Wilson is practically a sitting duck on huge alien battlefields, and he'll likely struggle to lead the Avengers into battle like his predecessor did so often before him. At number 5, we've got Star-Lord. The Guardians of the Galaxy aren't individually strong heroes for the most part, relying on their team status and friends to help them out of tricky spots quite often. The same goes for their leader Star-Lord, who was revealed in the Guardians' second film to have huge capability as a Celestial, but he surrendered all of this power when he and the Guardians defeated his father. Now, despite not being human, Star-Lord doesn't have any special abilities. It'll be intriguing to see in any future appearances, now that he's returned to Earth, what kind of life he'll lead. Reasonable in a fight and good with his gadgets and weapons, Star-Lord remains a weaker hero than most in the MCU, though Chris Pratt's version has defined the character for sure. At number 4, we've got Hawkeye. Having proven many times over that he was able to survive against the odds in a superhero-filled world, Clint Barton has done a remarkable thing in making it as long as he has. But even in the context of the Hawkeye miniseries on Disney+, much was made about how relatively weak he is as a character. Though fun was poked at this fact, Hawkeye has always been limited in his capabilities, despite being one of the most iconic movie archers. He has achieved great things, but if targeted by most major threats faced by other superheroes, it's likely that Barton would finally meet his end. With his future MCU status unknown, it's possible that he could live out the rest of his days happily, having made it to the end of his superhero career. At number 3, we've got Korg. Korg is one of the most bizarre characters introduced in the MCU, not really having a lot of Marvel Comics history to back up how strong he actually is. He's been demolished and only survived due to his species being able to regrow their bodies from just their head. First introduced in Thor Ragnarok, Korg has always been a more comedic character despite his stature. Seen fighting on multiple occasions but never achieving a great deal in those fights, Korg has proven time and again that he just isn't much of a hero by himself. Instead, he works better as a helpful aid or backup to the God of Thunder. At number 2, we've got Agent Carter. Not exactly a character that Marvel fans will usually think of as a superhero in her own right, but having had her own series within the MCU, which was seemingly made canon by the inclusion of actors from it in Avengers Endgame, Agent Peggy Carter did great things as she helped with the creation of S.H.I.E.L.D., proving to be much more than she seems. There's still no doubt that Agent Carter was, even in her prime, never on the level of most powerful agents among S.H.I.E.L.D.'s ranks like Natasha Romanoff. Powerful, but more so in her strategic planning and undercover work as a warrior, Agent Carter remains a beloved piece of the MCU, Haley Atwell having made the role her own. And coming in at number 1, we've got Rocket Raccoon. Rocket is another great member of the Guardians team, who will now lead the team going forward in any future MCU projects. However, he's still small in stature and not particularly strong, proving himself incredibly useful in developing tools of mass destruction on occasion, but rarely doing a great deal in a fight. Rocket is good with weapons and he's quick. His origin story shows the extent of his intelligence, but his best combat achievement to date is probably clawing off the face of the High Evolutionary. Despite this, Rocket's mind will be an excellent part of planning for the Guardians in the future as he leads the new version of the team into more battles. And there you have it, 8 of the weakest characters in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Let us know in the comments who you think is the weakest Marvel Cinematic Universe character and who you think is the strongest Marvel Cinematic Universe character. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to like, share, and subscribe, and as always, be sure to visit GameRant.com for more top-notch gaming content. I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I'll catch you in the next video. Take care for now.